Welcome to Recap Diary. Here's the recap of the movie Dune, released in 2021. The movie opens with a planet named Maracas. Maracas is the most important planet. In the vast expanse of the universe, the planet Maracas stands out as a remarkable world enriched with a mysterious element known as spice. This extraordinary substance possesses the power to enhance technology, act as a potent fuel, and even hold the potential for healing and possibly immortality, although the latter remains shrouded in mystery. The voice of a young girl narrates the dire situation on the planet Arrakis, where the precious spice has led to the relentless exploitation of its inhabitants by other planets. Behind this devastation lies the enigmatic figure of the Emperor, who holds the authority to determine which planets to target. It's worth noting that the title of Emperor changes over time. The discovery of spice prompted the Emperor to command House Harkonnen to extract it from Arrakis, a task they undertook with brutal cruelty towards the people of Arrakis. However, their campaign was abruptly halted, even though they were on the brink of victory, due to a sudden order from the Emperor. The scene shifts to the planet Calvin, the homeworld of House Atreides, where we are introduced to a young boy named Paul Atreides. Paul is haunted by vivid dreams in which he encounters a mysterious girl. During breakfast, we meet Paul's mother, Lady Jessica, who is engaged in teaching him how to harness his latent powers. These dreams fuel Paul's growing fascination with Arrakis, leading him to immerse himself in studying everything about the planet and its inhabitants. A pivotal meeting with the Imperial Court introduces us to Paul's father, Leto Atreides, as well as two new characters, Gurney and Thufin Hawat. Thufin Hawat possesses the incredible mind of a supercomputer, making him a highly skilled strategist, while Gurney serves as Paul's mentor and a formidable fighter. It's important to note that Lady Jessica and Leto Atreides are not married. Additionally, the Emperor belongs to House Carino, a powerful and formidable house within the known universe. The current Emperor, Shatton IV, has ordered House Atreides to take control of Arrakis in a bid to bring peace to the planet, which has suffered greatly due to House Harkonnen's actions. During this meeting, we are introduced to a member of the Bene Gesserit, and it becomes evident that Lady Jessica is also a member of this secretive organization. The Bene Gesserit are a pseudo-religious group of women who possess a range of skills and engage in genetic experimentation, galactic politics, and religious engineering to further their own agenda, including the ascension of a chosen one known as the Kwisatz Haderach, often referred to as a witch. Leto Atreides accepts the Emperor's offer not out of coercion, but as a strategic move to aid in bringing peace to Arrakis. He seals this agreement with his royal ring. The scene then shifts to the airbase of House Atreides, where we encounter a character named Duncan Idaho, a skilled pilot and swordsman. Duncan, along with his advanced team, is tasked with departing for Arrakis ahead of the royal family to assess the threats and gather intelligence on the Freemen, the inhabitants of the planet. Paul pleads with Duncan to take him along on the mission due to his growing fascination with Arrakis and the mysterious girl from his dreams. However, Duncan firmly refuses Paul's request. This leads to a heartfelt conversation between Paul and his father, Leto Atreides. Paul questions his future role as the ruler of House Atreides and expresses a desire for a more ordinary life. Leto reassures Paul that his foremost wish is for Paul to be his son, regardless of what path he chooses. After training with Gurney, Paul's night is interrupted by his mother, Jessica. She informs him that Mother Helen wishes to meet him to probe his dreams. Before this meeting, Dr. Yuve checks Paul's vital signs. Mother Helen subjects Paul to the Gom Jabbar, a deadly test designed to assess his humanity. Paul's resilience is put to the test as he places his hand inside a box, passing the trial. It is revealed that Jessica was originally instructed by the Bene Gesserit to bear a daughter as part of their breeding program to create the Chosen One, a super being. However, her love for Leto led her to bear a son, Paul, which disappoints Mother Helen. She remarks on the wasted potential in a male. Leto, Jessica, and Paul embark on their journey to Arrakis, the stronghold held by House Harkonnen until now. Upon their arrival, Lady Jessica selects a Freeman woman named Shout Out as her housekeeper, or handmaiden, who gives her a crysknife, a blade crafted from the tooth of a deceased sandworm, the weapon of choice for the Freeman. The importance of the Lesan al-Gaib, the Freeman term for an off-world prophet or messiah, is discussed. As Paul watches a documentary about Arrakis, he is suddenly attacked by a robotic bee, known as a hunter-seeker. Paul miraculously survives the attack. Leto orders an investigation to uncover all spies from House Harkonnen. Simultaneously, on another planet, it becomes evident that the decision to send House Atreides from their well-protected planet of Caladan to Arrakis was part of a larger betrayal orchestrated by the Emperor and House Harkonnen. The plan was to lure House Atreides to Arrakis, making them vulnerable to execution. Mother Helen is aware of the danger and informs Baron Vladimir that Lady Jessica and Paul must be protected at all costs. Leto Atreides and the remaining members of House Atreides are deemed expendable. In a shocking turn of events, Dr. Yuve is revealed to be working with House Harkonnen, disabling Arrakis' protective shields and allowing House Harkonnen's army, disguised as Sardaukar troops, to overpower House Atreides. Dr. Yuve incapacitates Leto, with a plan to deliver him to the Baron. In a final act of defiance, Dr. Yuve replaces one of Leto's teeth with a poison gas capsule intended to kill the Baron. However, the plan goes awry when the Baron discovers his wife's death and kills Dr. Yuve instead. Leto activates the poison gas capsule, resulting in the deaths of the Baron's courtiers. The Baron himself survives but is severely injured. Duncan Idaho manages to steal an ornithopter and escape the onslaught. Paul and Jessica are captured and are slated to be released into the desert to meet their demise. Using her unique abilities, Jessica and Paul overpower and kill their captors, seizing a survival kit left for them by Dr. Yuve. It becomes clear that Dr. Yuve's motivations were rooted in his desire to save his wife, blinded to the true nature of the Harkonnens. The next day, Duncan returns from his mission, having arrived on Arrakis before Paul and his family. Leto initiates negotiations with Stilgar, the Freeman chieftain, and meets planetologist Dr. Liet Kynes. Leto becomes aware of the dangers associated with harvesting spice, particularly the massive sandworms that roam beneath the desert. During a flight with Paul, Liet Kynes, and Duncan, they witness a sandworm attacking an active spice harvester. Leto participates in the rescue operation, during which Paul inadvertently inhales the spice-laden air, intensifying his visions. After the incident, Leto is incapacitated, and Paul and Jessica are left to escape the facility. With the assistance of an ornithopter, they flee. Dr. Kynes decides to distract the pursuing forces and escapes into the desert, knowing that the ornithopter can only carry 2 passengers. In a daring move, Dr. Kynes sacrifices himself by luring a sandworm to devour him and the pursuing Sardaukar troops. Paul and Jessica find themselves caught in a desert storm. Paul experiences another vision, this time encountering a mysterious man who urges him to let nature take its course. He obeys, shutting down the ornithopter's systems and allowing the storm to push them out. They survive the tempest but are left with a damaged ornithopter, forcing them to continue on foot. As they journey deeper into the desert, Paul and Jessica employ the Freeman's techniques to navigate the treacherous dunes and avoid capture by the sandworms. They are pursued by multiple sandworms, but the creatures are ultimately distracted by the low-frequency voices produced by the Freeman. Finally, they reach the heart of the desert and encounter the Freeman, including Stilgar and Shawnee, the girl from Paul's visions. The Freeman agree to help Paul and Jessica, though initially reluctant to accept Jessica due to her age. However, witnessing her skills convinces them to admit her as well. The Freeman's rituals dictate that a fair duel must be fought to decide Paul's acceptance into their tribe. They continue their perilous journey, encountering a tribe member named Jameis, who Paul had seen in his visions. Jameis contests Jessica's admission without a proper duel and challenges the warrior who will fight for her. Paul, determined to protect his mother, steps up and engages in a duel to the death with Jameis, ultimately defeating him. This act solidifies Paul's position among the Freemen. Their journey presses on, and Paul and Jessica learn that the Freemen possess the ability to control sandworms. Their story concludes with Paul and Jessica on the brink of a new phase of their journey, united with the Freemen and prepared to face the challenges and mysteries that lie ahead in the unforgiving sands of Arrakis. And that's the end of this recap. Make sure to subscribe, share, and comment. Remember, your engagement and support keep us motivated. See you at the next one.